What is up, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. Bumbleflower, Mr. Bumbleflower, not Miss. That's my wife. And we are back once again, doing what we do best, building random magic decks. Let's go check out the polls and see what we're building today. Looks like we are building Toby, Beastie Befriender. I love how I just have one person determining my fate. But I'm okay with that for now. Maybe more people will vote in the polls later. Alright, so let's go see what Toby does. Toby, Beastie Befriender. When Toby, Beastie Befriender enters, create a 4/4 white beast creature token with this creature can't attack or block alone. As long as you control 4 or more creature tokens you control have flying. Okay. So this is basically just gonna be a blank tokeny deck. We're gonna want to blink our commander, and then get as many 4/4 white beasts as we can on the field, and just start swinging once they get flying. And that's pretty much it. So this card really reminds me of Monsters Inc. So I'm gonna try to go around the monster theme as much as I can. But I'm pretty sure if we want this deck to be effective, we're gonna have to put a bunch of token and blink effects in here. She would also fit very well with a Elish Norn, and be the 99 in an Elish Norn deck. But that's not our objective today. Alright, so let's go to Mox Field and let's start building. Let's see. New deck. Toby. We'll do a Toby here. Grab Beastie Befriender. Create. I'll see if we get some cooler art. Because I'm pretty sure she does have cooler art. Yeah, that's the one. I think I pulled this one in one of my packs when I was opening Duskmorn packs. Alright, let's see. Right. This one might be a scroll down the list because I'm not very knowledgeable of what white has, you know what I mean? I don't play a lot of blink. So we'll see what happens. Let's see. Seize the Slumber. It's a 2-drop destroy target creature. If you target a tapped creature, I think we're good there. Creature spells you have cast have Convoke. Okay, untap each creature you control during each other player's untap step. That one's pretty good. And Convoke's not bad, but I don't think we're going to be casting a lot of creatures. We're going to be casting a lot of token generations and blink. So we're going to try to keep cheap blink cards. Let's see, Possessed Goat becomes a black demon. No to that. Whenever one or more other creatures you control have power 2 or less enter, draw a card. When enduring an instance dies, if it was a creature, power 2 or less enter. that could be useful. So we'll throw that in there. If we're making a bunch of tokens. Let's see, what does this door do? Whenever one or more non-toy creatures you control attack a player, create a 1/1 white toy. Creatures you control have base power and toughness, each equal to the number of creatures you control. Let's see. I kind of like this card. Creates a token every time we attack, and then gives all our tokens pretty big buff once we pop it. Put that there. Okay, that's our first enchantment. Alright, high synergy. Creature tokens you control get +1/+1, have vigilance. Sure. That's a nice blanket effect. Exile target creature you control, then return it. Alright, yeah, we want a lot of these effects. Luckily for us, there are a lot of them. How do I get rid of this? I'm not sure how to get rid of that. Was that there before? I don't think it was. Oh. At the beginning of your end step, exile up to one target artifact or creature you control, then return that card to the battlefield under its control. Okay, that blinks our commander every turn, so that's pretty good. Exile target creature you control, then return the card to the battlefield under your control. Yes. Draw a card, activate if you created a token this turn. That's not bad. Sacrifice idol, create a 10/10 Eldrazi token. I kind of just want that for the card draw. At the beginning of each end step, if you create a token this turn, draw a card. Yes. I think going blink is a little bit better than going whatever else we do. Let's see. Flash when Philia Exuberant Shepherd attacks, exile to one target non-land permanent. At the beginning of your next end step, return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control. If it entered under your control, put a +1/+1 counter. Okay, yeah. It's a little pupper. I think that goes well with our little girl deck. It's pretty cute. Alright, Nesting Dovehawk. I've never played this card, but it sounds pretty solid. At the beginning of combat on your turn, populate. So you just copy a token. So we'll have a bunch of monsters to copy off of. So that can get us going pretty fast. If an artifact or creature entering the battlefield causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. I think that combos with our commander. Makes us proc 2 4/4s. So that's pretty good. Whenever one or more tokens you control enter, draw a card. Yes. This is $13 now, that's crazy. Let's see, when this class becomes level 2, create a token as a copy. Yeah, that does exactly what we need to do. That fits the agenda. White spells you cast cost 1 less. Yeah, I think that's nice to have. Swords and Path. Oh no. Where'd they go? Alright, swords in path are just like, I don't know, I guess they're just staples. And you can't really, if you don't play them, you get punished pretty hard for not playing them. Generous gift. Is pretty good too. Throw that in there. Just you know, the usual staples. Why is this so weird? We had it so there was 3 cards at it. Oh, here we go. Oh, I know why. Because there we go. Ho 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 ho. Very good. Alright. Where were we? Going over staples. Yeah, these are just staple cards. Kind of have to play them if you want to be a little bit relevant. Alright. Oketra's Monument. White creature spells you cast cost 1 less. Whenever you cast a creature spell, create a 1/1 white warrior creature token. Alright. Gift a tapped fish. Exile target non-land. If the gift wasn't promised, return that. Okay, yeah. Parting Gust just gives us another blink for cheap. Let's see. Rumor Gatherer. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, scry 1. This is the second time this ability is resolved. Draw a card. We're probably never going to block that twice. Unless we like combo off. Whenever one or more creatures with mana value 3 or less enter the battlefield under your control, draw a card. That just gives us card draw for 3. That's not bad. Excuse me. Mondra Glory Dominus. That's a $40 card. I think I'm going to avoid $40 cards in this deck. Keep it nice and simple. Whenever one or more other creatures with power 2 or less enter the battlefield under your control, draw a card. Yeah, sure. Why not? Let's see. Oger Tech, that's a $30 card. Charming Prince. When this creature enters, choose 1. Exile another, return it to the battlefield under control at the beginning of the next instant. Okay, that just blinks our commander. Gives us a body. Solemn Simulacrum? Simulacrum. Holy, that's a weird word. When this creature enters, you may search your library for a basic land card. Put that card onto the battlefield, tap, then shuffle. I don't want that. That doesn't fit our agenda. When Knight of White Orchid enters the battlefield, if opponent controls more land than you, you may search your library for a plains card, put it on the battlefield, then shuffle. That's mana ramp for us. Let's see, flying. When Flickering enters the battlefield, exile another target permanent. Return that card to them at the beginning of next instep. Flicker Wisp is nice. Basically going to be flickering our commander just a bunch, trying to get as many 4/4s. Whenever you attack, for each opponent, create a 1/1 white token creature token that's tapped attacking that player or planeswalker they control. Battling power is equal to the number of creatures you control. Alright. That seems pretty good. It's like its own separate commander kind of thing, though. A spirited companion. I think I'm going to skip that pupper. Delny Streetwise. Creatures you control with power 2 or less can't be blocked by creatures with power 3 or greater. If an ability of a creature you control with power 2 or less triggers, that ability triggers an additional time. This is the mana ramp I like, Claim Jumper. When he enters the battlefield, if your opponent controls more land than you, you may search your library for a plains card, put it on the battlefield tab, then do it again, pretty much. Let's see, Delny Streetwise is a good card, but I think I'm going to skip that one. Lauren of the Third Path. When Lauren enters the battlefield, destroy up to one target artifact or enchantment. I like that. These are both pretty solid enchantment destroyers. I think I'm going to take this one because it lets us draw cards too. When Restoration Angel enters the battlefield, you may exile target non-angel creature control, then return that card to the battlefield. That's 4 mana though. Sure, why not? It's an angel as well. Fortune, Loyal Steed, enters the battlefield whenever Fortune attacks. While saddled, at the end of combat, exile it and up to one creature that saddled it this turn, then return those cards to the battlefield. I mean, that's kind of cool. We can saddle up our commander and then blinker a bunch. That sounds pretty fun. We got Jacked Rabbit. Whenever Jacked Rabbit attacks, create a number of 1/1 white rabbit creature tokens equal to Jacked Rabbit's power. That sounds pretty good. I also just really like rabbit cards because I'm a rabbit fiend. Rabbits are my friends. Let's see, Security Squadron. Whenever a token enters the battlefield under control, put a +1/+1 counter on it. That's pretty good. Let's see, Moonshaker Cavalry enters the battle. Creatures you control gain flying and get +X/+X. So in turn, where X is the number of creatures you control. 5, 6, 7. That's an 8 drop. I don't think I wanna. Well, we'll ever get to play that. Let's see. Esper Sentinel is $24 now. Not worth. Not worth at all. When Split Skin Doll enters, draw a card, then discard a card unless you control another creature with power 2 or less. I kind of like the theme of that. Like the little girl has her toy doll. Yeah. Let's see. When it enters, you may exile another target permanent you control, then return that card to the battlefield under its control, owner's control. I think this thing had a lot of combos with it. Let's go take a look. Yes, it does. This plus Restoration Angel, which I think we already put in here. If I remember correctly, yes. Okay, and then this plus Preston the Vanisher plus Ephemerate. Okay. Whenever another non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, if it wasn't cast, create a token that's a copy of that creature. Except it's a 0/1 white illusion. Sounds lit to me. Preston the Vanisher is pretty cool. Pretty cool little combo. Alright, Kiji. Okay, that's a red. See if there's any more combos in EDH Rec. Let's see. Cloud. We could just add this guy, Abdel. When Abdel Ward enters the battlefield, exile any number of other non-permanents you control until Abdel leaves the battlefield. Create a 1/1 white soldier token for each permanent exiled this way. Yes, we want that. Combo's hard with our deck. And we already have all the other combo pieces. So that's an easy decision. Monotone. Glorious Protector. We already have Cloud Shift in our deck. Glorious enters battlefield. You may exile any number of non-angel creatures you control until Glorious Battle Protector leaves the battlefield. How does this combo work? Cast Cloud Shift by paying white blinking Glorious Protector. Felidar returns from exile to the battlefield without using the stag due to Glorious Protector leaving the battlefield. When Glorious Protector and Felidar Guardian enter the battlefield, they each trigger. Resolve Glorious Protector's trigger, exiling Felidar Guardian and any number of other non-creatures you control until Guardian Protector leaves. Resolve Philidar's trigger, blinking Glorious. Repeat from step 2. Infinite blinking. So yeah, we can infinitely blink our commander with this combo here. So let's grab that. I think we already have Glorious. Am I stupid? No, we have Restoration Angel. We do not have Glorious. Alright. We have 36 in the main deck. I think we're cooking. We're cooking pretty easily. Ocelot Pride. At the beginning of each step, if you gain life this turn, create a 1/1 white token creature. Then if you have City's Blessings for each token you control that enter the battlefield this turn, create a token that's a copy of it. That's $42. Won't miss me with that. As long as this your turn creature tokens you control get +1/+4. What about Biza, the Bounding Spring? When Biza enters, create a treasure token if an opponent controls more lands. That's one of those catch-up mechanic cards. Which isn't bad if we want to blink it a few times to draw some more cards. But I don't know. I don't think we really need it. Doesn't really fit the agenda. Rosy Cotton. When it enters, create a food token. Whenever you create a token, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control other than Rosie. We're going to be creating a lot of tokens, so why not? Let's see. Gilrain. You may return that, exile another target creature you control. You may return that creature to the battlefield under his owner's control. If you don't, at the beginning of next instep, return that card to the battlefield under his owner's control with a vigilance counter and a lifelink counter. Okay, this just blinks our commander for 2. That's pretty solid. When Suntitan enters the battlefield or attacks, you may return target permanent with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. We have some pretty pricey things. here, so we'll leave that one alone. Oh, there's Elish Norn. If a permanent entering the battlefield causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. Permanents entering the battlefield don't cause abilities of permanents your opponents control to trigger. I feel like I kind of want Elish Norn. Why is this $28? Whenever an opponent artifact or creature enters the battlefield untapped and under an opponent's control, they may tap that permanent. If they don't, you create a 1/1 white vampire creature token. Alright. I don't think I need this. I think I want to add Elish Norn here. Just for funsies, but obviously you don't have to. It's too expensive for you. But I'm very much a proxy enthusiast. So I believe in adding cool cards when they're relevant, and this is really relevant. Gives us a blanket defense mechanism. Let's see. Vigilance as an additional cost to cast white permanent spells, you may pay 2 life. Those spells cost white and white less. This effect reduces only the amount of white mana you pay. Whenever you cast a white permanent spell, create a 1/1 white soldier. That's pretty good. But I don't think blinking counts as casting. Yeah. It just counts as returning to the battlefield. Let's see, Warren War Leader. Whenever you attack, choose 1. Attacking creatures you control. I like Warren. Warren's solid. I'm going to throw him in here. Let's see, Defender. When Wallow enters the battlefield, draw a card. Yes. We can blink that and draw it. Mini cards. Other artifact creatures you control get +2/+2 as long as they have City's Blessing. At the beginning of each upkeep, create a 1/1 colorless gnome artifact creature token. Artifact creatures you control. We're not doing artifact creatures very much. Whenever another creature you control with power 2 or less enters, you may pay 1. If you do, draw a card. We don't have any infinite mana outlets yet, so I think I'm going to skip on that. At the beginning of each opponent's end step, if that player controls more creatures than you, create a soldier. At the beginning of each opponent's end step, if that player controls more lands than you, you may search your library for a basic land card, put it on the battlefield, tap, then shuffle. That just gives us some land. I kind of like that. Some land. Catch up mechanic. Alright. Soul Warning. I mean, that gives us infinite life whenever we start blinking out of control. Loyal Warhound. When it enters the battlefield, if opponent controls more lands than you, search your library for a basic lands card, put it onto the battlefield, tap, then shuffle. I like that. It's a pupper. It's 2 mana. Don't we have another one of those a little further up? Not Claim Jumper, but another. Oh, I forgot. I need to make this a little. Yeah, there we go. Oh, retag. Let's see, where did he go? Okay, Loyal Warhound. Plains card. I want to get rid of that one instead of... Oh, that looks gross. Why does that look so bad? There we go. See, when it enters the battlefield, yeah, that's the one. You may search your library for a plains card, but I think if we blink these, we can get more land though, so I think they're pretty good. I think we're done with the creatures. There's another element. Other creatures you control get plus to creatures you don't control. I don't think I want that one. When this enters, draw a card. I like Helpful Hunter. That might be our last creature. And we might just focus on blink effects from here on out. This one kind of blinks. Overlord. When Overlord of the Mistmoors enters or attacks, create 2 insects. And creature tokens with vine. I don't hate this. Maybe we'll throw that in there. I think 29 creatures is a pretty solid number. When this creature enters, you gain 1 life, draw a card. When shielded, create X11 soldier artifact creature tokens or X's number of soldiers you control. And yeah, we already added this, I think. Yep. When another creature enters the battlefield, you may gain 1 life. I think that's also pretty solid. Let's throw that in there. Right, we have a nice round 30 creatures. I think we're good on the creatures. Let's do some blink effects. I think we also want some indestructible effects as well, so that we don't just constantly get board wiped. So let's throw Rootborn Defenses in there. Let's throw a Eerie Interlude in there. Target creature or enchantment, then return its battlefield under its owner's control. That works. Chroma's Will is also good. Return target spell to its owner's hand, draw a card. Reprieve isn't bad, but it doesn't blink. It makes us have to cast again, so we're going to avoid that. Dawn's Truce gives us a hexproof blanket. And then if we promise the gift, it gives us indestructible. Target non-land permanent is controller creates a 1/1 knight. I think we definitely need Teferi's Protection. I don't know why it's so expensive nowadays, but it's one of those must-have cards in your deck if you don't want to get board wiped. Let's see, Getaway Glamour, exile target non-token creature, return it to the battlefield, destroy target creature if no other creature has greater power. Huh. Okay. I like that. Acrobatic Maneuver, return it to the battlefield under draw. That also gives us a draw card? Okay. Slip on the Ring, exile target creature you own, then return it. Yeah. works for us. Are we in the Lord of the Rings universe today? Probably not, but yeah, might as well slip on the ring if we have it. Oh, let's see. Any number of non-target, non-land permanents you control phase out. Clever concealment. Yeah, we'll take that. It's an instant with Convoke. That's pretty solid. X 1/1 green white creature. You control creatures you control gain indestructible until the end of turn. Yeah. Indestructible is nice. If you control a commander, you may cast this spell without paying its mana spells. Hopefully, our commander is going to be very slippery and we're going to have it on the field as much as possible. Exile target creature, return it battle under its owner's control. It gains first strike. For 2? Yeah, for 2. Why not? You may sacrifice a non-token white creature rather than pay this spell cost. Until end of turn, your life total can't change, and permanents you control gain hexproof and indestructible. That's kind of like a oh shit button. I like it. Let's see. Scroll shift. Exile up to 1 target artifact, creature, or enchantment. Then return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. Draw a card. For 3? Sure, why not? These are all instances. 2 exile target creature at the beginning of the next instant. Return that card to the battlefield under something with a +1. Okay. And then destroy target creature its controller manifest dread. Sure. Enlightened tutor. I don't think we need a tutor or anything really. That's enchantments at least. Search your library for artifact or enchantment. Our main combos are creatures. So, Razorgrass Ambush does 3 damage to target attacking or blocking creature. I mean, it's a land, too, so why not throw that in there? We can use it as a land or Final Showdown. All creatures lose all abilities. Choose a creature you control. It gains indestructible. Destroy all creatures. That's pretty good board wipe. Unbreakable gives us indestructible. If you cast a spell during main phase, put a +1/+1 counter on each of those creatures, and they gain vigilance. That's pretty good. I think we're pretty much good. Let's see if there's anything else crazy we want. Perch protection. Create 4 bluebirds with flying. If the gift was promised, all permanents you control phase out, and until your next turn, your life total can't change. Oh, this is kind of like a that's a weirdly cool card. Gives an extra turn. That's kind of weird. If the gift was promised, it saves us, but it gives an opponent an extra turn. That's crazy. Target creature you control gains protection from color of your choice until end of turn. I think think I want to add this. And then a couple. Destroy all non-token creatures. Okay, I think I just want a farewell. And destroy all artifacts launch. Choose two. Yeah, let's grab this for a board wipe. And then I think Season of the Pharaoh is a must-have. That's just a good card you can create. You can do all these things like exile target non-land permanent. Its controller draws a card. Return target permanent with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield with an indestructible counter on it. Or you can just create 5 rabbits. So, yeah. Exile target artifact, enchantment, or creature with power 4 or greater. I think I do want exercise. I think that's slowly becoming a staple in my book. Each opponent draws a card, then you draw a card for each opponent who drew a card. Remove target non-token permanent from the game, then return it to play under its owner's control. That's just flicker. Okay. That's a sorcery? Alright, well, I guess we'll throw flicker in here for good measure. And then I like split up. Split up is solid. And then destroy all creatures at the gift that was promised. Return a creature card to put into your graveyard this way to the battlefield under your control. Let's see, when does that's interesting. Hop to it. Destroy all creatures, they can't be regenerated to Wrath of God. The spell costs 1 less to cast for each creature on the battlefield. Destroy all creatures. That one's pretty solid. Let's see. Idyllic Tutors, search your library for an enchantment card. I don't think we have a lot of enchantments. Let's go check our enchantment playbook. Yeah, we have instances, artifacts. We have a few enchantments, but it's nothing we have to like tutor for. They just kind of help us out. Populate. Create a token that's a copy of a creature token. I mean, that's pretty good for 1 mana, but it only does one thing. I don't think we want a bunch of crazy artifacts. I think we don't want Shroud. We want hexproof. So let's put Swiftfoot Boots in here to protect our commander a little more. And then we'll keep that. Tax exile each creature that created this turn, return them to the battlefield. Horn of Valhalla is not bad, but equip 3 is gross. 1 ring is obviously really good. It's gotten cheaper. It used to be like $80, $90. Glimmer enters, create a 1/1 white glimmer enchantment creature token. Equip creature gets +1/+1. Yeah. I mean, we could blink this, create a bunch of glimmer tokens. I think that's a good idea. Let's see. I like Inspiring Leader. That's solid. Felidar Retreat is solid as well. If an effect would trigger, that's $50. Damn. I think I want Inspiring Leader. That sounds fun. Let's see, land tax is solid. That kind of just helps us out a lot. I know a lot of people find that assault card, but I don't think so. I think this is a lot less salty than Smothering Tithe. Let's see, when you unlock this door, return target creature card with mana value 3 less from your graveyard. Whenever you attack, put a +1/+1 counter on target attacking creature. Okay. Yeah. Most of these are just create a 1/1 flying. If you are the monarch, create a 4/4 white angel token. Court of Grace could see some potential if we blink it, but I think we're alright there. If your opponent would begin an extra turn, that player skips that turn instead. When your opponent attacks you with 2 or more creatures, draw their or cast their second spell each turn, you draw a card. Whenever you attack with 2 or more creatures, draw a card. Legendary creatures you control. This gives us ward. Non-legendary creatures you control get +1/+. And buffs our tokens. So I think we do want Flowering of the White Tree. Touch the Spirit Realm. Whenever you cast a spell, populate. Dark Steel Mutation is just a good card. It kind of just murders someone's commander and leaves them there as a bug until they do something about it. Trapped in the Screen. When trapped in the screen, enters, exile target artifact, creature, or enchantment an opponent controls until trapped in the screen leaves the battlefield. Yeah, that's also good. I think I'd rather have that than Darksteel Mutation. I don't know. Yeah, let's get rid of this. Trapped in the Screen looks cooler and more fun to play around. Let's see. This background's pretty good too. It gives our commander blink every turn. I don't see why not, to be honest. Sheltered by Ghost, enchant creature you control. When Sheltered by Ghost enters, exile target non-land permanent and opponent controls until. Creatures can't attack you unless their controller pays 2. Oh, that's just Ghostly Prison. Ghostly Prison's really cheap these days. That used to be expensive. Okay. weddings, where we are a small child. We are not having a wedding announcement. Our commander is a small child. We are not getting her married. That's insane talk. See, when you unlock this door, create a 1/1 white glimmer. When you unlock this door, put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 2 targets. Yeah, that's pretty mid. Planeswalkers, okay. We're in the Planeswalkers section, then we go mana, artifacts, utility lands. No more than one creature can attack, wandering each combat. Under its own control at the beginning of that player's next instep. Eternal Wanderer is pretty good. Create 2/2 Samurai. For each player, choose a creature that player controls. Each player sacrifices all creatures they control not chosen this way. Destroy all creatures. Create 3 1/1 white soldier creature tokens. You can almost any creature. Destroy all other permanents except for lands and tokens. You gain 1 life for each creature you control. I think I want Eternal Wanderer. I think that's a solid Planeswalker material. Alright, then we just got lands and mana artifacts. Let's add Soul Ring. But I think that's the only thing we really need. Yeah. These are the lands it suggests. Put them onto the battlefield and shuffle. Myriad Landscape isn't bad. Kind of helps the agenda with some ramp. Command tower, yes, please. Demolition field. Yes. We want some land destruction because there's this land going around in my play group that just really cucks everyone. 1 minute of any color activate this only make inches out of this turn. This gives us toxic mites. Do we need it? Not really. It's kind of cool though. Gives like something for your opponents to think about. Like, oh, is he playing a toxic deck? Absolutely not. It's just kind of there. Utility lands. Control planes. Sure. I'll throw castle in there. I feel like there's more. War room is pretty good for a single mana color commander. Enters the battlefield until the beginning. If you control 7 or more planes, you may return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. No, we don't really need that. Draw a card, activate only if you attack with 2 or more creatures this turn. Okay. Minus Tirith. Let's see. Nykthos Shrine to Nyx. I think we're good. Grab a Relic with the tower. Sacrifice a desert. We don't need that. Seed of the Empire if it deals 4 damage to target attacking or blocking creature. This ability costs 1 less active for each legendary creature you control. That's kind of cool. Temple of the False God. When Kira enters the battle, sacrifice unless you return to untapped planes you control to its owner's hand. That's really not that bad. I think we throw that in there. Return a land you control to its owner's hand. This is battlefield tapped. Target creature can't be blocked. Sacrifice command be put the commander. I like command beacon. It really gets around command text sometimes. Put target enchantment card from your graveyard. We're not even playing that many enchantments. Alright, I think we're set. We got 93 cards. How many lands do we have? 10? I think we just go planes. Drop that in there. And then Alt 1. We will do this until we hit 30-ish lands. Okay, 36, we don't need 36. 35, we gotta get rid of 18. I say we do 33. Actually, 34 sounds like a good land base. We also have a land in our creature deck. That means we have to get rid of 17 cards. Alright, we do have a lot of cards that we don't really need. Why is it using the oldest one in the books? Alright, Teferi's protection. We do want that. I don't think we need this. We can remove it. We want our instance flickers, you know what I mean? 1, 2, 3. Okay. Whenever you cast spell, white. Whenever you cast a creature spell, create a 1/1 white warrior creature token with a vigilance. I think we want to keep this. We could probably get rid of Glimmerlight. Yeah, let's remove Glimmerlight. This gives us card draw. I like that. Panharmonica's pretty good. Okay, 6 artifacts is nothing. Like, that's fine. Alright, what about enchantments? Commander creatures you own have at the beginning of your instant exile up to 1 tapped creature you control and return it to the battlefield. I think we get rid of this. And then I think this is a good Hail Mary. Also helps us create tokens with Dollmaker's Shop. And the Porcelain Gallery is just a good crazy buff to all of our land tags. I know there's better printings. Those are $20. Are all of these $20? Yeah, they're all $20. This one's $15. I'm just gonna use a $20 one so that it looks good, like so we can see what it looks like and read it. The flowering of the white tree. And we don't really need it, but I think it's good. Creature tokens you control get +1/+1 and have vigilance. Yeah, we can get rid of this. Whenever one or more creatures with a mana value 3 or less enter the battlefield under your control, draw a card. This does give us card draw, but it's only once each turn. I think we just sack that. And then teleportation circle is pretty good. I like the rest of these. Inspiring leader. We don't really need this because we're going wide. We're not going tall. This kind of just makes us go tall. A little taller. Shot caller. I think that's good. I think 6 enchantments is good. Alright, I'm going to get rid of 11 more cards. We got 6, 6. We have a bunch of instants. Where's our sorceries at? Here's our sorceries. Alright. Exile target artifact, enchantment, or creature with power 4 or greater. I think we get rid of flicker because it's a sorcery. We kind of just want to use our instances to flicker. Sorceries are kind of lame to use the flicker. Vanquishing Horde. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each creature on the battlefield. Destroy all creatures. Destroy all tapped creatures. Destroy all untapped creatures. We have 3 board vibes. Season of the Burrow. Destroy all artifacts. We have 4 board vibes. I think we get rid of this one. Because I think this one is gonna... I don't know, to be honest. What if someone pops off with their token deck before we do? Then we can vanquish the Horde, destroy all their tokens for 2 mana, and then start building up our tokens on our field. Oh, I like this. I like these sorceries. Alright, we gotta get rid of some cards over here. What is... Oh, this hasn't been officially released yet? I don't think that matters. We can keep it in there. It's going to come out eventually. It's not like it's an illegal card and it's just not out yet. I think we get rid of... I think Flicker Wisp is good. Let's see. I think we might want to get rid of this. It makes 3 tokens on 1 attack, which helps Toby out, because as long as you have 4 or more tokens, tokens have flying. Yeah, it's not bad at all. Alright. Benny, at the beginning of your each instep, if you create a token this turn, draw a card. That's not bad. It also has Convoke. So Charming Prince. Scry 2, you gain 3. Exile another target creature you own, return to the battlefield at the beginning of next instant. Yeah, I think we get rid of Charming Prince. Enduring Innocence. When 1 or more other creatures you control with power 2 less enter, draw a card. Okay. Gilrain taps, blinks our commander for 2. That's really good. This is a combo piece. Create a number of 1/1. White. Equal to Jackrabbit's power. I kind of like Jackrabbit in here because he's gonna eventually just start making a bunch of tokens if he gets through. Let's see. I think we get rid of this guy. It does not help the agenda that much. Lorien of the Third Path destroys a target artifact or enchantment every time it enters, so we can blinker and destroy a bunch of artifacts. This guy, when he attacks, he creates 2 insects with flying. But I don't think we really need him. I think he's too expensive mana-wise. And he doesn't really do much other than create 2 insects. Pupper is cute. We keep Pupper. That's my logic there. Rosie of Cotton. Whenever you create a token, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. That's not bad, but it's also making us go tall instead of wide like we want to. Split Skin Doll's good. We can blink that for draw. Warren, War Leader. I think we get rid of Warren. Wall of Omens. Enters the battlefield. Draw a card. I think we kill Welcoming Vampire too. We have plenty of those effects. We have to get rid of 5 more cards. I think we get rid of Exercise. And then maybe we can find some instances to trickle down. Let's see. That return that card to the battlefield, draw a card. I think this is too expensive CMC wise. It's a 3. Gives us a blink and a draw though for 3. Spree. Let's see. Flare of Fortitude. You may sacrifice a non-token white. That gives us indestructible. That gives us indestructible. Generous Gift is not horrible, but I think we can go without Generous Gift. Yeah, I think we can go without Generous Gift. And then, let's see. Grand Ascendo gives us indestructible for 3. Exile target creature enchantment, then return it to battle. Flicker of Fate. Okay. Exile target creature's controller may search your life. Oh, that's Path to Exile. I haven't seen that art yet. I think I'm going to get rid of this thing too. It's a little silly. Populate, creatures control gain indestructible. Scroll shift. Alright, we are on the schmoove. I think maybe we get rid of Teferi's Protection because it's a very expensive card. Let's look at the prices here. How do we... Yeah, view options. Price. Okay, save. We have $2 in planeswalkers, 135 in creatures, 22 in sorceries, 146 in instants. That's a lot of. That's some pricey instants. This is gonna be a pretty expensive deck, but white flicker is usually pretty expensive. Like, that's one of the most expensive, I think, quote unquote archetypes, because it's so strong. White flicker's so strong. And if you really wanted to, let's switch this printing. If you really wanted to, you could just put Elish Norn as the commander in this deck and probably pop off with this deck. Just throw Elish Norn in the command zone and you're set. We gotta get rid of 2 cards, boys and girls. Let's see, whenever another creature enters the battlefield, you may gain 1 life. I think we get rid of this. It's just giving us a life gain, which gives us infinite life once we pop off, but do we really need that? No. Let's see. I think maybe we get rid of Rosie as well, but I don't know. What is the price of... Okay. That's a combo piece. Everything has its place. The only thing I don't think has a place is Jack. I just want to keep him in there because I've never had a deck with Jacked Rabbit in it, really. And it sounds fun to play around with. What about Loyal Warhound? I think we keep Loyal Warhound. Get rid of Knight of White Orchid. What do you guys think? Yeah. I think that might be the play. Is there any cool new printings? There is some cool new printings. What is this? Oh, nowhere to go. Oh, there it is. That's pretty clean. I think we do get rid of it though. Yeah, we remove that. And then call it a day. We now have 100 in the main deck. And we got our land base. We got all the cards we need to make this a good deck. Oh, updates on the decks that I built. I actually got to play some Magic yesterday with the homies. I played, let's see. Let's go look at the decks that we've built on video. I played Mirko yesterday. That deck goes pretty hard. I actually won the game with Mirko. One of my friends was playing a super heavy, like, red-black stacks deck, so everyone was just slowly losing life. But Mirko, this deck has a few life gain, lifelink cards in it, so I was able to keep my life pretty steady, and everyone else was just slowly losing the game. And then I finally swung out with a few of Mirko's cheap, silly little cards and won the game like that. So that was good. And then I played Kona the other day. This deck is crazy. Turn 4, I had a 16-16. Let's go look at our decks. turn 4, I had a 16/16. Where is he at? Worm with indestructible. And then turn 5, I got the other worm. Where is he at? Yeah, there he is. World Spine. I got World Spine turn 5, and then I had Impervious Great Worm turn 4. And then everyone was trying to deal with me. I immediately became like the bad guy. I ended up losing because of that, because everyone was just targeting me till the world's ends. And then my friend was playing a bird deck, and he had a bunch of flyings. And I had nothing with reach, so he swung at me with like 2 birds, did like 30 damage with 2 birds, and then everyone else just did the rest of the damage with like burn effects. But by the end of the game, I had like an insane, like I had Impervious Great Worm, Wild Spine Worm, I had this guy, Pathrazor, I had Kogla on the field, and then I think I got, Giant and Keg on the field too. So all of those giant monsters had Ward 2 and Trample. It was crazy. This deck is really cool. I like it a lot. I might actually build it in real life. Yeah, that's pretty much the video though. Be sure to vote in the polls. I'll post a poll up right after I make this video. And then, vote in the polls. Tell me what you want to see. Tell me what you would do differently for this Toby deck. We got a lot of combos. We got a lot of flickers. So we got a lot of board wipes. I think this deck will be pretty solid. This deck probably might just do better if Elish Norn was the commander, but that kind of ruins the point, I think. So we want to win the game with our little beasties, and that's the game plan, at least. Alright, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good shit. And I'll see you next time.